Hello. In this yoga class, we are going to begin with a poem, The Guest House by Rumi, and then we're going to explore a somatic yoga practice where we feel into the poses and just notice what arises within us. Welcome to class. You can begin in a seated position or in a chair or on the floor, someplace comfortable where you can listen to my voice and the words. The guest house. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house, empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. I'll read that one more time. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house, empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. If you're coming along with me, you can go ahead and begin the Spotify playlist. And we are going to start today's practice in child's pose. Child's pose could be supported. You could have a pillow, you could rest your forehead on, or you can rest your forehead on the floor. You could spread your knees, letting your hips sink back, and just let your arms be soft. Taking some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Welcoming each guest as they arise. Calming the mind, centering the emotions. Scanning the body and noticing if there's any tension unnecessarily being held. Letting that release. Okay, finding your way up and onto all fours. We're going to plant our hands and we're going to begin our cat-cow. If you like, you can curl your toes under, pressing the mat away, arching up the back, tucking the tail, and then opening the chest, looking up. On the exhale, draw belly into spine. On the inhale, look up. 2 more times. Last one, finding your way back into your neutral spine. We're going to sit back onto our heels. If you need to, you can always come up. We're going to bring our hands to our shoulders, and we're going to begin to slowly circle the elbows around, coming front to back. And if you like, you can then go the other direction, drawing circles with the point of the elbow. Last one around. We're going to find our side bend here. So you could come over, reaching your hand up and over. You could plant your fingertips on the ground. Take a deep breath in, bringing it back through center, other side. Notice the direction that the palm is facing, up in the air. You want it to face downward. And then one more time each side. Exhale into that side bend. Inhale up. Exhale. Bringing it back to center. We're going to take a little twisting motion here. Again, if you want to come up onto your knees, you can do it here. Just feeling into your twisting of the spine. Looking behind. And then let's bring ourselves back onto all fours. We're going to plant our hands, curl our toes under. We're going to lift our knees and take our tailbone up towards the sky. So our first downward facing dog. See if you can get your heels a little bit closer to the floor. Arms are straight, pressing the mat away. See if you can get your low back nice and straight. Now we're going to warm up our hips a little bit by shifting our body weight to the left leg so the right leg can come up. And then I just want you to move that hip around. Could be a circular motion, extending the leg, drawing it in. We're going to bring that foot back down and we're going to switch to the other side. Okay, let's bring both feet down. We're going to come back onto all fours. And we're going to step the right foot forward between the hands. We're going to come into a low lunge. You can keep your fingertips on the ground. If you like, then bringing your spine upright. Nice and straight, gazing out. Front door of your guest house. Who has entered, who is coming up the walk. Sorrow, a joy, friend or foe. Bringing that hands back down. Let's go to the other side. Other knee comes forward. Shifting your body weight forward. Lean into it. Low lunge. Coming up. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring your hands back down. We're going to step our feet back, curl our toes, and bring ourselves back into our downward facing dog. Bending the knees this time. Let's walk our hands back towards our feet. Coming into a forward fold. Remember, you can keep your knees bent. Tucking the tail, rolling up nice and slow. Deliberately step to the front of our mat. And we're going to do a little flow sun salutation here. So take a deep breath in and then exhale forward, lengthening the spine as you come over. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, reach your crown of your head out, gazing down. Take a deep breath in and exhale, forward folds. We're going to step one foot back and then the other, downward facing dog. Coming into plank position. You can always drop it to your knees. Notice what arises. Is it struggle, fear, judgment? Everybody drop it to your knees, coming down. We're going to come into the pose of the day, which is Sphinx pose. So this is Salamba Bhujangasana, or Bhujangasana, Salamba, which is supported, and then Bhujangasana, which is snake. So supported snake. Now notice how this feels to your low back. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring our hands back underneath. Curl your toes, pressing up and into downward facing dog. Shifting your body weight. The right leg is going to go up into the sky. Knee comes in between the hands, stepping forward, and then slowly roll up. Take a deep breath in, coming down, doing the other side. Forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest, hands come to your shin, reach out, get nice and long, all the way from the tail to the crown. Breathe. Exhale back down. This time you could step the left leg back, the right leg back, and then come into your downward dog. Coming into your plank position. You can always drop your knees right here. Stay engaged in the core. Press the mat away. Breathe. Dropping it to your knees. Pose of the day, Sphinx. Elbows underneath your shoulders. This is supported snake. Pull yourself forward. Salamba, Bhujangasana, Sphinx pose. Take a deep breath in, exhale back down. Curl your toes, downward facing dog. Shifting your body weight, the left leg gets to come up into the sky. And then step the foot between the hands. Maybe it takes a couple of steps. Other foot. Let yourself hang momentarily, tucking the tail and rising back up. So we're going to find our floating tree today. So I want you to shift your body weight. The right leg can turn out. And then you're going to bring your leg up, stacking your body weights. Maybe your hands stay on your hips. Maybe they can come up. Flex that foot that is up in the sky. Breathe. Floating tree. Let's take it down and shift to the other side. Externally rotate that left leg out. Lift up the foot, flex the foot. Maybe keep your hands here. Maybe lift them up. Shoulders down away from the ears. Nice and long. Breathe. Okay, let's step it back down. We're going to come back and into Warrior Two. So stepping that right foot back. We're going to find our Warrior Two. Remember your shoulders stacked over hips. Knee stays right on top of the ankle, not in front. It can be a little bit behind if you like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to float by extending the front leg. Arms come up and then exhale back in. Breath and freedom. Wings, feathers. Beauty and wonderment. And then bringing yourself back here. We're going to do a little pose where we're going to sweep our hand over, the back hand over the top of our head. So it comes like this to the front, and then you just bring it up and over. So sweeping the sorrow, sweeping the house clean, the guest house for the new arrival. The only way through is not around, but through the guest house. Only way to the other side. Last one. We're going to step the foot, turning it and stepping it forward. Take a deep breath in and exhale back down. Chair pose. We're going to bring our arms back behind us this time, sinking your hips back and down. We want to make sure that our knees stay behind the tips of our front toes. You could grab onto something behind you and then open your chest and feel into the front of the body. Feel into your thighs. Breathe to support this intense posture. Take a deep breath in and come back up. Take a deep breath, raise and let the hands float up. And then bring them back down, center. Other side. So shifting to the right, the left foot steps back and into our Warrior Two. Bringing your arms out, engaging the core. We can straighten the front leg, lifting the arms and bring them back down. Nice and dynamic. Different mood, different energy. Grounded, rooted, solid, warrior energy. Holding it here, back hand comes to the front and wraps around. Sweeping. Last one. Warrior pose. We're going to pick up that back heel, turn, step it forward. Take a deep breath in. And then bring our hands back, sitting down and into our chair. Could wrap your fingers. You could make them strong. Roots. Claws. Breathe. And then take a deep breath in and let's come back up. And exhale up. And exhale back down. We're going to turn sideways on our mats. So taking it nice and wide. We're going to turn our toes out and we're going to sink and rise. So this can be hands coming down, coming back up. It's an exhale. It's a my tail is tucked. I could maybe not go down so far. Don't have to go down so far. Maybe you could go a little bit deeper. The emotion, the attitude. Last one. Okay. We're going to do a little shifting. So we're just going to let the arms come back and around and out. So it's like a little push. Shifting side to side, pushing. Little somatic practice. Dragon's breath. Two more. Last one. Okay. We're going to find our forward folds with wide-legged. So this is called straddle splits, and we're going to take our hands to our hips and really feel hinging at the hips as we come over. You could just let your arms dangle. Maybe you could get your hands to come down to the floor. Maybe you can step your feet wider and get the elbows to come to the floor. The goal here is just to release and to relax into the stretch in your thighs. If you like, you can sway. Getting a little movement in the head and the neck, the shoulders. And then when you're ready, you could turn your toes out again, tuck the tail, and slowly rise up. Walking our feet back in, heel toe, and then finding our way down and onto our back body. Oh, let's take our feet wide and take the feet up to the sky. You can grab onto your shins, your ankles, or the bottoms of your feet. So this is happy baby. Preferably the knees are super wide. It's almost like a squat on the ceiling where your feet are pointing straight up to the sky. My feet are flexed. And then you could just let your body move side to side. Happy baby. You could turn your head side to side. Let's bring one foot down, could be the left, and then just really press that leg down by the side of your body. Remember, you could just be grabbing onto your shin, your ankle, or if you can reach it, the outside of your foot. For those of you who feel like you could go a little bit deeper, you could extend the opposite leg but really flex it so that you can feel an opening in the front of your hip. Pressing it down. This is half happy baby. And then let's bring that leg back up to the sky. We're going to switch to the other side if you're following along. Foot down. Could always just stay in full happy baby. Taking that other leg down if it feels okay to you. Take some deep breaths. Slowly bringing the other foot up. We're going to take our feet down and onto the mat, taking them wide, and then opening up your arms, your front of your body by taking your arms out, shoulder height, palms up. And then bringing your knees one side and then the other. Little spinal twist. Could look the same direction. The next time the knees come over in one direction, we're going to hold it. Holding it here, or the bottom foot could come up and rest on the top of the thigh, and then you could let your side body open up a little bit. Watching what arises and disappears, thoughts and emotions. The door is open. Welcoming it all, even the sad parts and the joyful parts, the beauty, the not so beautiful. The ugly. Slowly, let's lift our foot off, come to the other side, look the other way. Placing your foot onto your thigh, let your side body open up. Breathe. Taking the top of the foot off. Bring your knees back to center. We're going to do a little movement here where we lift our feet up. Our arms can come up, and then we can move the arms and the legs. And then option to lift your shoulders and your head up off the ground. And what this is going to do is this is going to engage your core. Low back pressed firmly into the mat. Nice and slow. You could look around. Then bringing your knees back into your chest. Bringing your head back down. We're going to grab the backs of our thighs and roll like a ball a few times up and back. Balancing in boat pose Coming up onto your sits bone, you can hold it here. You could extend the legs out. You could bring your arms out. Breathing. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring it back in. Soles of the feet together. Cobbler's pose, sitting up nice and straight. Let's walk those feet out a little bit. And then slowly forward fold. Grabbing onto your shins, your ankles, your feet. Keeping your low back as straight as possible. Soften with every exhale. And then slowly come back up to seated. We're going to lower ourselves down and onto our back body for final relaxation. If there's any other movements that you need to do to prepare yourself for this, feel free to do that. And just let yourself relax into the ground. Opening the heart. Opening the belly. Opening the mind. Letting the vibrations find their way in, move around the space, and then find their way back out. The visitors. Staying here for as long as you like or are able to. Could roll over onto one side, finding your way back up and into seated. Namaste.